I've got a little bit of a mind game for you. You might enjoy this. What it's going to be is I'll scroll down and there will be a bunch of words that are written in the wrong color. The words are all colors. So you might see the word green written in red ink. And then the correct thing to say for that is you would say red. Okay? You're trying to say the color that it's written in, not the word that's written. And well, we'll just go ahead and when I scroll down, I'll give you a second to pause the video and go ahead and try it because it works better if you read it out loud. So here we go. Okay, I assume you've tried your best to say the right thing, and now I'm going to give it a shot. Blue, green, yellow, red, red, yellow, green, blue, red, blue, yellow, green, red, blue, blue, green, yellow, red. So I probably did better than you unless you have practice at this, and it does come easier with practice. That's why I did pretty good at it. I'm sure there are people better than me, but this is an interesting test in psychology, and what it's called, I don't know what color to use. I'll use purple for neutral. It's called a Stroop test. Stroop Test. And this is, I think, named after the guy who realized that this was a cool thing. And the test is about overriding your brain's tendency to do something. Your brain has been taught ever since you learned to read that when you see this, you should say red. And you also learned colors, but your first reaction, your brain's instinct or its go-to kind of preference is to always say what the word is rather than what color it's written in, or else on a regular book you would just be saying black, 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 black the whole time. And so this is about your ability to kind of rewire your brain. It's not that strong, but kind of learn a new way of thinking. And learning new ways of doing things is called neural, like neuron, plasticity. Plasticity. Okay, so neural, like neuron. Neurons are in your brain, and they're the fundamental, cells that make up thinking and the nervous system. And then plasticity, it has the word plastic in it, which is how I knew how to spell it. And the word plastic, you might think that means artificial or something, but plastic, just the root word, really means that it can be formed, that it's malleable, that it can be changed. Plastic means that you can reshape it. So if you can reshape your neurons, this is a very loose interpretation of this term, but if you have the ability to change how you think, then you'll be good at this. And if you have low neuroplasticity, you might have more trouble. And this is linked into the crystallized and fluid intelligence. Neuroplasticity is related to fluid intelligence. But that's why this is interesting in the first place. And like I said, if you practice it a lot, you get better at it. So that's one aspect of neuroplasticity. And surprisingly, this is kind of a recent discovery in the course of human knowledge. We just not too long ago started catching on that we can actually change our brains. We've seen that cab drivers who have good mental maps, cab drivers, especially in London where they have to memorize everything, they don't use GPSs from what I know. Cab drivers tend to have bigger areas of the brain for mental maps. Actually, I forget what part of the brain that is, but I'm having a lack of neuroplasticity or a lack of memory. But we've seen that the brain can physically change shape just based on what we know or how we use our brain, and that's really interesting, and it makes it kind of more promising for our lives that we are able to change the shape of our brain. So this is sort of just a fun little exercise. You can do it to your friends and see if they're faster than you or whatever. But it also has kind of a good meaning behind it.